He is the man behind the soccer tournament. It started with the basketball tournament. We realized, hey, soccer is just as good, if not better. It's coming back to Cary. We hope it will always be here. And, man, we're right around the corner. We are a little bit more than a month out, maybe, 5.5 weeks out from the start of it, and Jon Mugar is with us. I know, big announcement yesterday. We have the full field. We have 16 women's teams. Pat MacAfee's team is back. CONCACAF I think it's SC, CONCACAF SC. Talk to me about the McAfee edition here. What did that mean? Because he played.
He did play. He had one of the most epic assists in TBT history.
I agree.
That our TST history that we now see every single day on the opening montage of his show. It lives on in infamy. It will live on well beyond the event or my or your lifetime, no doubt. So his team actually really came in. They built themselves the right way, which is a lot of small-sided, very skilled players, a lot of arena indoor players. So they had a great run for a first-year team, and they're going to come back this year, and they really want to win.
We are going to talk about some of the teams who are back, who had great success. But I shouldn't say I recognize. I don't recognize. There's a lot of new teams, it seems.
There are. It's always a great thing to see. We usually turn over about 40% of the field in our events from year to year. So we're nice. It's great to have the 60% back because they know the drill, they know all the deadlines and the rules and how they work. But then we're educating another 40% and giving fans a fresh look at different people who are coming in and experiencing Cary and TST for the first time.
You know, it's funny when I actually talked about this the other day, and I just mentioned a couple of things because there were teams that caught my eye because I spent, a good chunk of time out there for all of the group play, and you have 48 men's teams, and there are 16 women's teams now, both sides competing for the $1 million prize money. I loved watching the Reggae Rovers. I love Newtown Pride, which they won it 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, right?
They did. They won our first one.
And Nani FC, which had like a bunch of comebacks to advance as far as they did, got to the final. La Bombonera, I remember watching them the first day thinking, this team is awesome, and they ended up winning it. So there are for people who are out there, I think there are just a lot of fun soccer clubs to watch.
Yeah, and we step into it for a very short time frame for those 6 days when we actually have the festival and tournament going on. But TST is living year-round, make no mistake about it. So when Bombonera cruises for the field last year, those players are getting poached every day of the year by other teams that want to make a run in TST. So it's really hard. It's hard to win an event in our format, obviously, but it's especially hard to retain the players and keep them coming back because you have big teams coming in with dollars behind them who are trying. There's a whole free agent market behind TST that's really fascinating.
That almost sounds like the transfer portal in college basketball and college football.
It's completely like that. I know everyone's in the portal, no matter what you do nowadays.
Jon Mugar with the soccer tournament is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Talk to me about the expanded women's field.
Thanks to RBC Wealth Management, the sponsor of the women's bracket, we were able to expand from 8 to 16 teams. And we all saw last year Heather's team. Yeah. Heather entered the U.S. women team in the first year of the tournament. They played in a field that was almost entirely men.
Right.
That first year. So inspirational and competitive were they that we went out and did the equal pay $1 million winner take all women's tournament too. And they won that one. And so we're really excited to see them challenged by 15 teams this year. And I'm sure they all saw the style of play, and they're going to be coming hard for them.
You know, what's funny is that I think they beat North Carolina FC. I think was it NCFC in the final or the North Carolina?
Yes, North Carolina. Courage. Yep.
Courage in the final. And, of course, Heather at one point played for the Courage. But I remember being out there for the first year and watching them play and watching the goalkeeper, who I thought was the best player maybe in the entire tournament, give up 15 goals, and she played great. They played Wrexham in one of those games, and Wrexham they were too good. And
yeah, they
the
were.
keeper was amazing, but there was nothing she could do about it. Is the group of death Group E? I was looking at all the groups. So Group E has Reggae Rovers and Say Word FC, which is really good.
When we release our field in groups to teams, we get texts and messages from 48 out of 48 teams, 64 out of 64, saying they're in the group of death.
Right.
So everybody feels that they have the group of death. Like top to bottom, when you look into these teams, they're all phenomenal.
Yeah.
And there are new teams that are really hard to project, as you can imagine. But having seen Reggae Rovers last year, Bombonera, you know what to expect now. And that's really the fun of being a returning fan, is like Newtown Pride. They get booed constantly for their style of play. They won in the first year.
Yeah.
Reggae Rovers people loved. They have tons of energy. So these previously no-name brands now have something that fans can latch onto.
Yeah, Newtown Pride and La Bombonera would be the opposite. I'll put it in college basketball terms: Loyola Marymount and Virginia.
Yes.
I'll just put it in those terms. Newtown Pride was pretty slow and deliberate, but we all know it was successful for them. They did get booed a little bit. Year 3, what is there anything new planned for the festival?
Yeah, well, in addition to the expanded teams and the number of teams and the doubling of the women's prize, the women's pool, from 8 to 16 teams, we're looking at added food, added atmosphere off the pitches. And that's really what we found that fans resonate to and are drawn to as much as the play. I think our model for this has always been U.S. Open tennis, and that idea that you can go to a main stadium primary feature game, but also go to side fields. And so we stagger game times very frequently because of that, so you can watch the end of a game here and then walk over and get to the end of the game here, get great food in and along the way. So we're really just adding to the whole festival atmosphere as much as we can.
It's a blast. I keep telling people it's the most fun you could have. I'd plan for a week off and enjoy it because it is a blast. Even if you are just a casual soccer fan, the speed of the game and the way it with the Elam ending, if you will, where we have a target score. I mean, it is incredible. And McAfee is going to be doing a show out there, and I know a bunch of like the ESPN is covering the event. We're going to have Hercules Gomez and Sebastian Salazar out there. It should be a blast. Jon Mugar, the soccer tournament. Best of luck to this. Please, let's talk again, and I look forward to helping out as I can.
Thank you, Adam. We'll see you on site again. Really appreciate it.
You got it. Take care, John.